Senator Joni Ernst, R. Iowa, is stepping aside. Reports from CBS News, Washington Post, Reuters, and other major outlets confirm Ernst will not seek a third term in 2026, leaving one of the most watched Senate races wide open. That shift sends shockwaves through Washington. Ernst's seat in a state Trump carried by 13 points in 2024 now hangs in the balance. Iowa has long leaned Republican, but recent Democratic momentum, and now this open seat, could spell trouble for GOP control. In this video, we'll break down why she's retiring, who's jumping into the race, and what it means for control of the Senate. Stick with Politics Unpacked for fact-first coverage. First elected in 2014 and re-elected in 2020, Ernst has been a headline-making GOP figure, known as the first female combat veteran in the Senate. Reports indicate a combination of political headwinds and backlash, especially after a town hall remark earlier this year, "We are all going to die," in response to Medicaid concerns that sparked massive criticism. Ernst has told close allies she planned 2 terms and now may pursue a private sector role, sources say, though she'll make it official soon. Cook Political Report has already adjusted Iowa's Senate race to likely Republican, but without an incumbent, the path to a flip just widened. Even before this break, Iowa Democrats were gaining ground. A recent special election ended the GOP supermajority in the state Senate, highlighting a shift in voter sentiment. Now, with Ernst's departure confirmed, 5 Democratic candidates have already declared: Jackie Norris, Des Moines School Board Chair, Josh Turek, State Representative, Zach Walz, State Senator, plus others deeply motivated by changing dynamics. On the GOP side, Representative Ashley Hinson, who flipped her House district in 2020, is expected to run, potentially consolidating Republican strength. This is now one of the most watched open races in 2026, and both parties are gearing up. Democrats need to net just 4 Senate seats to flip the chamber. Iowa's open seat gives them one of their best opportunities in a state still trending red. The once heavy Republican lean is now tempered by local tensions, Medicaid cuts, school closures, eminent domain disputes that have left many voters unsettled. Meanwhile, Republicans view Ernst's exit as a strategic crossroads. Will the GOP coalesce around a candidate who can rally the base? Must they shift messaging to avoid alienating moderate voters? Iowa now stands as a litmus test for national power. With Iowa's seat open, the next year will be driven by 3 levers: calendar, cash, and coalition. Calendar. The invisible primary is already underway. Exploratory calls, donor coffees, and backstage endorsements before any formal filing. County GOP and Democratic dinners, AGI expos, and Chamber of Commerce forums become the early proving grounds. Watch the first big cattle call events. Who fills the room, who lands the soundbite, and who secures the best local surrogates. Filing deadlines will compress decisions. Campaigns must lock in managers, pollsters, and field directors quickly or get left behind. Cash. Money is oxygen. Early quarterly reports will separate headline buzz from real infrastructure. Expect national committees and outside groups to test messages with targeted digital buys first, then broadcast in Des Moines Ames and Cedar Rapids Waterloo. Small dollar momentum signals, grassroots energy, but the true tell is cash on hand across 2 consecutive quarters. Super PAC, creative and placement, biofuels, rural health, pocketbook inflation will telegraph each side's theory of the race. Messaging. Iowa races pivot on pocketbook and place. Republicans are likely to emphasize border, inflation, energy costs, crime, and national security with a strong biofuels plank. Democrats will lean into cost of living, rural health care access, Medicaid stability, abortion rights post-Dobbs, and protecting Social Security Medicare. On agriculture, both sides will court producers with ethanol guarantees and crop insurance stability. Any wobble becomes a grain belt headline. Coalition. Suburban rings around Des Moines and Cedar Rapids often decide statewide margins. University counties can surge late. rural western counties remain a GOP firewall. Endorsement bundles, local legislators, county officials, farm groups, matter less for persuasion than for access to volunteers and precinct captains. What to watch next? First, credible internals, back-to-back fundraising strength, endorsement clusters, and the opening TV spot, because a campaign's first ad usually reveals the race it thinks it's running. Senator Ernst's unexpected pas de deux sets the stage for a 2026 battle. Iowa's Senate seat, once seen as secure, now looms as a potential GOP flip for Democrats. Will Hinson mobilize the right? Can Democrats sustain momentum in a red-leaning battleground? One thing's certain, control of the Senate may very well hinge here. At Politics Unpacked, we cut through the spin to deliver facts first, and we'll be tracking this closely. If you're here for clarity, hit subscribe.